Hey everyone, so today I'm here with everyone's favorite bard, Venti, and this is easily one of my most favorite characters in the entire game. His lore and his backstory are absolutely incredible, and he also has a really cool looking ultimate. It's really cool. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's show off his stats, his artifacts, and his weapon, and then from there let's take him into some Spiral Abyss and some domains and see how well he does. And for his stats here, I have his max HP at 15,403, his attack at around 1,200-ish, his defense at 751, and his elemental mastery at an impressive 251. For the details here, I do have him with 28.9% crit rate and 56.2% crit damage. So I'm not really worrying about crit rate, crit damage on Venti too much. He's not really being my main DPS, he's more of just a ult cannon. He's going to be firing off those ults, so I'm able to stack on top other characters' ultimates and other stuff. So he isn't really meant for the damaging rolls, which is why I'm not really prioritizing crit rate, crit damage. But I still kept a 2-to-1 ratio almost with his crit rate and his crit damage. Alright, and for the weapon here, I have the Stringless, which I think is probably easily his best bow. It's between the Stringless and definitely the Verdescent Hunt. Now, the Verdescent Hunt does look 10 times cooler on him, I'm just saying. Stringless doesn't look bad either, but the Verdescent Hunt, it just looks so good with his outfit. But it's entirely up to you what kind of bow you want to run with him. But if I had to recommend two bows to you guys, I definitely would say the Stringless is probably number one, and Verdescent Hunt is up there, just because it's going to keep that CC abilities up, and it also gives him extra crit rate, which is pretty cool. But the reason why we are rocking the Stringless here over the Verdescent Hunt is because of the substat Elemental Mastery, which is extremely valuable on an ANEMO character, especially one who is like Venti, who is going to be spamming those ultimates and getting those damage buffs inside of that black hole cannon thing he does. Also, the passive skill, I do have it at Refinement Ring 2, but I think Refinement Ring 1, it is 26% if I'm not mistaken. But at Refinement Ring 2, you get a 30% increase to your elemental skill and elemental burst damage, so it's just going to be buffing his abilities, which we're going to be using with Venti, as we are not really going to be attacking much with him at all. So for artifacts, I easily recommend the 4-piece Verdescent Veneer set. It goes without saying, obviously the 2-piece gives that ANEMO damage bonus, which is going to make him hit harder, and the 4-piece set increases the swirl damage by 60%, which is a huge number. It's going to make Venti hit a lot harder, and it's also going to decrease the opponent's elemental resistance to the element infused in the swirl by 40% for that 10-second duration, which is highly, highly, highly impressive. And I think the set was specifically made for Venti, just like how the water set was made for Child. This set is made for Venti. So to start off with the artifacts itself, I have the Plume of Death here. Now you're going to be looking for basically Energy Recharge, Elemental Mastery, and Attack in your substats, as well as maybe crit rate and crit damage as well, going without saying. You can look for crit rate, crit damage, Elemental Mastery, Energy Recharge. All that is really, really nice. Same thing for the Flower, you're just looking for Energy Recharge, Elemental Mastery, crit rate, crit damage, Attack. For the Circlet, I have a 4-star crit rate on him. Now, I didn't really get lucky with the rolls on my 5-star Circlets for the Verdescent Veneer set, so I decided to stick with this 4-star one and level it up to level 12. Now, it does have crit rate on it, which is also good, and it has Energy Recharge and Attack and the substats, which are also good as well. But it's going to have the crit rate to provide that extra crit chance for Venti. And then, of course, for the Goblet, you easily want to go ANEMO damage bonus. Is this easily going to make him hit harder with his E, because his E does a lot of damage, and his Q. For the Sands, this can be anything, but preferably attack percentage and substats with crit rate, crit damage, energy recharge, elemental mastery are also very, very good. So to go over Venti's talents that I have with him as well, I do have double level 6 E and Q, because I'm broke as hell and I'm not really able to upgrade these talents as fast as I can, because I have a lot of characters that I've been doing videos on recently. So please excuse me for my abilities being kind of on the lower level. Now, Venti is level 80, as I said, but his talents are level 6, which is still pretty good. So we're going to talk about what makes Venti really, really broken, is that he has this Embrace of Winds, which when you hold the Skyward Sonnet, it creates an up current that lasts for 20 seconds. It really, really helps with his exploration ability, and it makes him a top-tier option for exploring for sure. And then this is what actually makes Venti absolutely broken, is he regenerates 15 energy for Venti out of the effects of Wind's Grand Ode N, which is basically his black hole ultimate. And if an elemental absorption occurred, this also restores 15 energy to all characters of that corresponding element in the party. So he's going to be restoring energy to your Child or your Beidou or whoever the hell is on your team, your official, any of those characters, Bennett, all those characters, they will get 15 energy back. So he's just going to be an absolute energy cannon. He's going to be feeding his own ult up, as well as feeding your allies on your team's ultimate up. It's absolutely broken ability, and this is what makes him absolutely busted. And then, of course, for his passive talent, he decreases gliding stamina by 20%, which also is the reason why he's probably the best exploration character in the game. So that does it for Venti's passive and talent skills. So as I said, the Storm Eye ability is what makes him absolutely ridiculous, regenerating that 15 energy for Venti, and then 15 energy to whoever's element is inside of his ult as well, is absolutely broken. So it's going to make him an absolute energy battery. He's going to carry your team in terms of energy. His E does a lot of damage as well. The percentage scaling on this E is absolutely ridiculous. His Q, obviously, as I said, is broken as well. And he's also insanely good for exploration. So even if you don't use him for his ultimate, which would make no sense, he can absolutely carry you, literally carry you into the sky with how good his Embrace of Winds can be when it gives you that upward current. And then, of course, with his Wind Rider, decreasing that stamina, makes him really, really good literally everywhere. So now that we've seen Venti's abilities and talents, let's go ahead and get into some domains and some Spiral Abyss and see how well he performs. Alright, so we're here with a whole bunch of random enemies. So we're going to go ahead and show off Venti's crowd control ability and how overpowered and overwhelming it really, really can be. So we're going to go ahead and launch off Venti's ult here. Now, Venti can be paired really, really well with certain characters. For example, we have Albedo here, who can pair really, really well. His E mixed with Venti's Q can cause a lot of damage. We also have Beidou here, who can also be a really, really good carry and apply the electro damage buff into Venti's ultimate. And of course, we have Tartaglia, or Child here, who's going to be applying water as well. Alright, so we built up another ult with Venti, so we're going to head and launch it at these enemies. We're going to apply the water. And they're all dead. So we have Venti here in 411 Chamber 1 first half of Spiral Abyss, and we're going to go ahead and see how well he carries us through this stage. Alright, to start off, we have a shit ton of slime, so I thought this would be a really, really nice place to take Venti into. So go ahead and launch off the ultimate and just basically kill these guys. Alright, go ahead and launch the ultimate off. Now, they are all literally stuck together, and they basically cannot do anything inside of that. Alright, go ahead and launch Venti's ult again. And from here, it's just going to be... It just gets ridiculous. Like, the amount of just raw damage that just gets spit out it's crazy. Alright, to finish these enemies off, we're going to go ahead and launch the ult at them as well. Now, they're infused with lightning right now, so that's going to be taking much damage. However, go ahead and hit them up in the air with the E. That does a lot of damage, by the way. And switch over to into Child to go ahead and finish off these enemies. So, Venti there, he did a lot. I mean, keeping the enemies at bay, we were able to basically, he literally carried us, giving that energy particles back to our team, as well as keep the ultimates flowing, which is really, really, really broken, especially in Spiral Abyss, where you want to have those ultimates up as fast as you can. Alright, so we're here against the Valley of Remembrance, aka the Verdescent Veneers set. So we're going to go ahead and see how fast we can clear this. Gotta get Venti's ult as fast as we can. Alright, we have Venti's ult up. We'll go ahead and launch it out. Gonna mix it with lightning. There we go. Get the electro charge in there. Okay, I aimed that the wrong way. And everything is pretty much dead now. Wow. That was fast. that was pretty fucking fast. Holy shit. Yeah, so you are strong, my friend. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for the domains. So I think that's gonna do it for our Venti showcase video. So let me know what you guys think of Venti down in the comment section below. Thank you everyone for watching. Oh, and a final note. We are closing in on 100 subscribers, so I would really, really appreciate if you guys subscribed. It makes me motivated to want to keep making videos every single day. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace out.